Marshal of the Indian Air Force Arjan Singh had passed away on Saturday evening. He will be cremated with full state honours at Brar Square this morning. The last rites of the legend will be performed at 10. His mortal remains will be carried from his residence 7 Kautilya Marg in New Delhi to Brar Square on a gun carriage. There will be a gun salute followed by a fly past that's been organized ahead of the last rites. All 3 service chiefs are expected to attend the funeral. Apart from top government functionaries, the tricolour will fly at half-mast today at all government buildings in the national capital. The 1965 war hero passed away on Saturday evening after a cardiac arrest. Arjan Singh was the only 5-star officer of the Indian Air Force, and these are the live visuals that we are now getting to you from the national capital in Delhi. This is Kautilya Marg in the Chanakyapuri area. He lived here, the man, a true legend in every sense of the word. He started his flying career in the northwest frontier province of undivided India in the 1930s. There you see an army guard has been mounted. In the 1940s, Arjan Singh commanded the Hurricanes in Burma operations in the Burma theatre. But what is legendary about him is the fact that he led the Indian Air Force in the 1965 war. Despite initial setback, the Indian Air Force mounted a massive counter operation, and I had interviewed Marshal of the Indian Air Force where he very clearly said that history needs to be set straight about 1965. The Indian Air Force played a pivotal role in winning the war. Had Indian Air Force not been there, India may have lost Jammu and Kashmir in 1965. I want to cut across to India Today's Sudhir Ranjan Sen for more on this story. There is a tri-services guard that's now being assembled outside his house. Sudhir, describe to our viewers what happens from this point on.
Well, very soon, Gaurav, what you're going to see is the mortal remains being carried to Brar Square in the Delhi cantonment area on a gun carriage. At the Delhi cantonment, I mean, once the remains reach the Delhi cantonment area, we are going to see a fly past, and the fly past will be a missing man formation with the Sukhois and showing that of a lost comrade. The flying missing man formation is always to denote and signify that of a fallen comrade who hasn't come back home. After that, we're going to see a 21-gun salute. The entire political top brass, the 3 service chiefs, are all going to be here. And it is only after they pay their respects, we are going to see the final rites being carried out. That is supposed to start at 10, scheduled to start at 6:10. And that will be the end. That will be the final send-off for Marshal of the Air Force, Arjan Singh. Gaurav.
Now, Sudhi, what is very interesting is the fact that he never hesitated from calling a spade as we look at these images of Saturday evening of Nirmala Sitharaman, the Raksha Mantri, paying her respects, and of course yesterday Prime Minister Narendra Modi paying his respects to Arjan Singh. In 1965, the perception was that Indian Air Force did not do well. And he went on record to say that the Indian Air Force destroyed 123 Pakistani tanks, destroyed 72 ammunition trains of Pakistan, and won the war for India. It was not a stalemate. He insisted India won the war.
It is in fact it's indeed a fact, because I mean, to call the 1965 war a stalemate doesn't do justice to the records. Because if you look at what happened, I mean, apart from the number of kills and captures that is there, India also gained territory, mind you. And that is what is clearly signifying what happened at the war. And that territory was later used at the negotiation table. And this is exactly what happens in wars. And if you look at how difficult it was,
Yes.
very briefly, I mean, India was in the Indian Air Force specifically, and the Indian military then was in the cusp of a change, especially the Indian Air Force, because it was then using Second World War era planes, whereas Pakistan had the Sabre jets, the state-of-the-art fighters made by the United States.
Yes.
Despite that, and after a few initial setbacks that happened when Pakistan launched Operation Gibraltar, there was a complete reverse, and soon enough, the Air Force was in total control of the skies, and giving the fighting forces, the ground forces, the chance and the ability to wreak havoc inside Pakistan.
Absolutely. Shruti, stay with me. We are talking about one of the greatest giants, one of the guardians of our skies, Marshal of the Indian Air Force, Arjan Singh, who passed away late Saturday evening. The 98-year-old five-star Marshal died of a cardiac arrest. Prime Minister Narendra Modi led the nation in paying tributes to one of the greatest air warriors.
Even at 98, he was the iconic young man of the Indian military. His cracker of a salute and the perfect poise always belying his advancing years. Arjan Singh, Marshal of the Air Force and India's senior-most military man, has bid farewell and taken his final flight. Born in 1919, a young Arjan Singh joined the Royal Indian Air Force in pre-independent India, flying war missions during the Second World War, winning him the coveted Distinguished Flying Cross. But it would be in 1965 that he first entered India's consciousness as a young Air Force chief during the war with Pakistan, where he steered the country's first use of air power in a big way. While Sam Manekshaw would be bestowed with the honorary rank of Field Marshal in 1973, just 2 years after the blistering war he led, Arjan Singh would receive his title of Marshal of the Air Force only in 2002, 37 years after the air war he commanded. A man widely regarded in the military ranks for his wit, humor and charm. He was an amazing repository of history, literally witnessing the transformation of the Indian Air Force from well before its birth till the modern era. Arjan Singh was also known for being a stickler for military protocol. India marveled at these images of the Marshal, wheelchair-bound at the time, rising to salute the remains of President Abdul Kalam in 2015. In Arjan Singh, the country loses a beacon of military poise from an era long gone. India today joins the country in wishing one of its finest and most cherished heroes a wonderful onward flight. Bureau Report, India Today.
As Marshal of the Indian Air Force, Arjan Singh will be cremated with full state honours. Let's now rewind to 2008 when India's legendary warrior and the victor of the 1971 war, Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw, passed away. But his funeral was in stark contrast. No one from the then UPA government in power attended Manekshaw's funeral. Even the three service chiefs gave his funeral a miss. Why did the UPA just send one Minister of State? Why did the UPA ignore Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw's question? That's one question that still is being asked.
continues to mourn the loss of war hero Arjan Singh. President Ramnath Kovind, Prime Minister Modi, Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman reached to bid farewell to India's legend. The loss is so big that all three service chiefs paid their personal tributes. The NDA government pulled out all stops to ensure that the 1965 hero got the farewell he deserved.
You are required to ensure the security of this country.
Rewind to 2008, when India lost another legend, Sam Manekshaw, its first army officer to be promoted to 5-star rank. Sam Manekshaw led India to a glorious win in 1971 war against Pakistan and even helped in the creation of Bangladesh. Despite his glorious military career, which spanned almost 4 decades, Sam Manekshaw's funeral was a dismal affair. The UPA government didn't pay the war hero his due, which he deserved. From the then Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, Pratibha Patil, to then Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, to his Defence Minister A.K. Antony, none were seen at the Field Marshal's funeral. Not even the service chiefs personally attend the funeral. The lone political representation at Manekshaw's funeral was the then MOS Defence, Pallam Raju. Why was the UPA government less than generous in its response to the Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw's demise? Bureau Report, India Today.